Have you ever noticed something really strange about life? The moment you stop desperately wanting something, that's exactly the moment when it shows up. Maybe you've been chasing this career goal, applying to the job frantically, stressed out of your mind about money, but a dream job never lands. When you are not looking for a job, a great job opportunity suddenly comes to you. You spend months obsessing over finding a relationship, going on date after date, analyzing every text message, and nothing. But when you decide, I'm just going to focus on myself and be happy alone, and suddenly the right person appears out of nowhere. And that's the power when you detach. Let go and just start being. So today I'm going to show you exactly why chasing repels everything you want, and how simply being the person who already has it magnetizes everything to you. Hello everyone, I'm Ying. I help you quiet your overthinking, find your inner peace, trust your intuition to align within, so you can expand beyond what you thought possible. Here's what most people get wrong about detachment. They think it means you stop caring, that you become cold, indifferent, like some emotionless robot who doesn't want anything. But that's not detachment. That's oppression. That's avoidance. And when we try to numb our negative emotions, we would numb our positive emotions too. Because we're all human and we all have emotions. Remember, what we resist persists. Having an emotion is not a problem. Trying to suppress it will only make it worse. Real detachment is about releasing your desperate grip on outcomes while still caring deeply about what you want. It's about understanding this fundamental truth. When you chase something from a place of lack, you are literally broadcasting it to the universe. I don't have this. I'm incomplete without this. I'm not enough as I am. And the universe responds to that frequency. It gives you more of what you are, not what you want. But when you embody detachment, when you become the person who already is complete, who already has everything they need within themselves, that's when everything starts flowing to you effortlessly. You care, but you don't hold on to that result. Today, we're going to cover why chasing creates the energy of lack that repels what you want, how to detach from people without being cold, how to detach from money, career goals, and outcomes. Most importantly, how to embody the identity of somebody who already has everything they desire. Let's jump right in. Let me explain something that changed my entire life when I finally understood it. Everything in this universe is energy. Matter is energy, your thoughts are energy, your emotions are energy. And most importantly, your energetic state is what you attract more of. When you chase something desperately, you are in a lack energetic state. When you're frantically trying to make someone love you, or obsessively checking your bank account worried about money, or constantly refreshing your inbox waiting for that job offer, what are you feeling? You feel lack, anxiety, desperation, not enough. The feeling of, I don't have this yet. I'm not enough without it. I'm not worth of it. What if it never happens? What if I fail? But you cannot chase and have at the same time. You cannot desire from lack and receive simultaneously, because the very act of chasing means you're operating from the belief that you don't have it. Imagine someone who's desperate for a relationship. They are texting constantly, overanalyzing every interaction, trying to be perfect, molding themselves into what they think the other person wants. They're giving off the energy of neediness and desperation. Then other person pulls away, because nobody wants to be someone's missing piece. Nobody wants to be responsible for completing another person. Or think about someone who's desperately chasing money. They are constantly worried about bills, checking their account balance with anxiety, making decisions from fear of not having enough. They are creating more lack, more situation where they don't have enough, more bills, more financial stress. Because in their mind, they're never enough. Their entire being is vibrating at the frequency of I lack money. You may say, but I don't have money in my bank account. I don't have the relationship I want. If it is not lack, what am I supposed to feel? And yes, that's your current reality. You lack those things right now, but you don't have to feel this way. This is precisely what we have to learn in order to master detachment. If you want to change your reality, you have to change your inner world first and how you feel about everything. You can have $0 in your bank account, but you can still feel abundant. Now, I'm not saying that you can change your feelings like a switch, but you can practice it. Practice feeling that you already have everything you want. What we feel, we embody. When we feel lack, we embody lack. Lack makes you chase. When we feel abundant, we embody abundance. And abundance attracts. We become the thing we want. We step into the identity of the person who already has it. When you just be the person who already has what you want, you're no longer chasing. You're no longer in lack. You are operating from a place of already having, already being complete, already being whole. Let's say you want to attract abundance and wealth into your life. The person who's chasing money wakes up stressed, checks their bank account anxiously, makes every decision from fear of losing money, constantly talks about how they need more money. But the person who embodies abundance, they can have the same financial situation like you do, but they practice feeling abundant and practice being and embodying abundance in their lives and change their identities. They wake up grateful for what they have. They make decisions from a place of trust. They treat money like it flows easily to them. They are generous because they know they will always have more. They dress well, carry themselves with confidence, take care of their environment. They don't obsessively check their account because they know money is coming. They already are the wealthy person, no matter what the reality says right now. And all of the feelings come from within, not from outside. One person is chasing money from lack. The other person is abundant, so the money naturally gravitates toward them. Or in relationships, the person chasing love is constantly worried about what the other person thinks, trying to be perfect, losing themselves to please someone else. But the person who embodies love, they're already complete. They're already whole. They love themselves deeply. And because they're not desperate for someone to love them and validate them and to complete them, they become magnetic because they are loved themselves. People are drawn to that wholeness, that self assuredness, the love energy they radiate. When you just be, you're not pushing, you're not forcing, you're just allowing, you're letting things flow to you naturally because you're already vibrating at the frequency of having it. Now, let's talk about the hardest one, detaching from people. This doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It doesn't mean you become cold or indifferent. It just means that you release the desperate need for them to behave a certain way, to want you, to validate you, to complete you, to be your source of happiness. When you are attached to someone, you are molding yourself into who you think they want you to be. You've made them your source of worth because you think you do not deserve them. That's why you have to hold on to them. It creates anxiety, fear of losing them. You give all your power away. Think about it. When you think you deserve them, why would you need validation from them? Why would you think you're not worthy? Why would you need outside sources to prove your worth? You are not 50% looking for your other 50%. You are 100% whole right now, just as you are. I know you might have a lot of wounds, you might feel unworthy of love, and that's completely okay. Everyone has their own traumas from childhood or later life experiences. Give yourself the compassion you need from someone else right now. Tell yourself you have been through a lot and it's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be down. But don't suppress it. Don't avoid it. Just sit with it and give yourself all the love you can give right now. It may not be a lot, but whatever you have, it is enough right now. Healing is another big topic, but if you need professional help, it is completely okay to do so. As for this video now, I just want you to give yourself as much as love you can. And although you might not feel this way right now, you have to know what's the truth. That you are enough, you are worthy, and you are whole just as you are, no matter what. And then when you detach, you still care deeply about them. You still show up fully in the relationship because you're not desperate for them. You're not trying to control them. You're not making them responsible for your happiness. You know that with or without them, you're okay. You're whole. You are complete. And ironically, this is what makes you magnetic. When you're not chasing, not needing, and you're clearly whole on your own, that's when people are most drawn to you because you're offering a gift, not trying to fill a void. You're operating from the energy of love and wholeness, in which in turn will make you show up fully for yourself and not be afraid to get hurt. And this is what embodying detachment in relationships looks like. You care without being consumed. You love without losing yourself. You invest without making them your entire world. You enjoy their presence while knowing you don't need their presence to be happy. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be in a relationship if you don't feel whole and enough. Like I said, the truth is everyone is whole and worthy even if you don't feel like that yourself. And getting into a relationship can help you realize what you're feeling about yourself. Of course, you can still love people when you're attached, but learning detachment is ultimately what we have to learn and grow as a human being. It is the ultimate form of loving yourself and loving others. To love yourself and others just as they are without having the need to control anything. The most important relationship you have is with yourself. When that's solid, every other relationship becomes easier and better. Now, let's talk about detaching from outcomes. especially when it comes to money, career, and your life goals. This is where people get really confused. They think, wait, if I detach from my goals, doesn't mean that I stop wanting them. Doesn't mean that I stop working hard towards them. No, detachment is not about giving up on your dreams. It is about releasing the desperate, anxious energy of needing them to happen or happen in a certain time frame in order to be okay. Let me tell you what happened to me. I was desperately trying to grow my YouTube channel when I just started. I wanted more views, more subscribers, more proof that what I was doing worked. Every morning, I'd check any notifications before I even brush my teeth. I'd check my numbers and I'd judge my videos based on how they performed instead of how they felt. I was chasing growth and it was exhausting. And the more I chased, the more it felt like the numbers controlled my mood, my confidence, and even my creativity. Then when I learned what detachment really is, when I meditated and practiced feeling it, feeling abundant and confident and successful, it gave me so much peace and I can literally feel the energy in my body is different. Now I just focus on being the successful YouTuber. Show up like someone who already has the audience. Create like someone who is already respected and to speak like someone whose voice matters. I'm making videos from abundance, not from desperation for views. I stopped feeling the urge to check my subscribers. I stopped caring for what the numbers were doing in the background because I already felt successful before seeing any proof. I'm not trying to become a successful YouTuber anymore. I am one. And from that place, creating became lighter, easier, more fun. My creative energy started flowing more strongly. I started giving my best with what I had right now, instead of creating from lack and silently begging for validation. I don't chase views and try to prove myself anymore. I'm simply expressing, and I'm showing up from a completely different energy. I'm not creating to feel worthy. I'm creating because I already feel worthy. I trust life and I trust system voting. I feel and I know that I'm successful. I'm not attached to a particular outcome in any given day. I'm not anxious and desperately need to see how it works. I know I'm successful, and one day it will reflect in the reality. This is what embodying your goal looks like. Instead of desperately applying to hundreds of jobs from a place of I need this or I'm screwed, you apply from a place of I'm already valuable. The right opportunities will find me. I'm just putting myself out there. And if I didn't get the job, another better one is waiting for me. Same action, completely different energy. Instead of obsessively checking your bank account with anxiety, you check it with gratitude for what's there and trust that more is coming. You make financial decisions from abundance, not scarcity. Instead of comparing yourself to others and feeling like you're behind, you focus on your own journey and trust your own timing. You see, you can have goals. You can work toward them. You can take action every single day, but you do it from a place of already being the person who has achieved them, not from a place of desperately needing them to feel okay about yourself. You are worthy no matter you achieve the goal or not. You don't need the result to make yourself feel okay. The wealthy person doesn't chase money desperately. They are well, so money flows to them. The successful person doesn't chase opportunities frantically. They are successful. Opportunities find them. The loved person doesn't chase relationships desperately. They are love. So love gravitates toward them. When you operate from I already am, everything flows. When you operate from I desperately need, everything repels. You may not be able to feel and embody it every moment of your life yet when you just started out, but always come back. Always practice and go back to this state of feeling. And with practice, you will see more and more every day. And before you know it, you are already embodying it. Okay, so how do you actually do this? How do you shift from chasing to being? Here are some practical steps. Step 1, identify your attachments. Get really honest with yourself. Where are you chasing? Where are you desperate? Where are you operating from? Like, ask yourself, what am I constantly checking or worrying about or obsessing over? Where do I feel anxious or desperate? What do I believe I need in order to be happy? What outcome am I trying to force? Write this down. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And step 2, define who you are without it. Who you are if you never get the thing you are chasing. Remember who you are, and your identity comes from within, not what the outside world says. If you never find that relationship, who are you? Can you be whole, happy, and complete on your own? If you never hit that income goal, who are you? Can you find peace and abundance in what you have right now? If that person never texts you back, who are you? Can you be confident and secure in yourself regardless? The goal is to realize I'm already whole. I'm already enough. I'm already complete. Everything else is just an addition, not a requirement. And step 3, embody the identity. Now, here's where the magic happens. You start living as if you already are the person who has what you want. Not in a fake, forced way, but genuinely stepping into that identity. Ask yourself, how does the person who already has this show up every single day? The person who's already wealthy, how do they think about money? How do they spend it? How do they walk? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? The person who's already in a healthy, loving relationship, how do they treat and love themselves? How do they show up in the world? What boundaries do they have? The person who's already successful in their career, how do they work? What energy do they bring? How do they make decisions? And then you start being that person now, today, this moment, not when you get the thing, right now. You're just like them, you think like them, you make decisions like them, you carry yourself like them, you already are them. And step 4, trust and let go. This is the final piece. You set your intention, you embody the identity, and then you trust. You let go of the how, you let go of the when, you let go of needing to control every detail. You trust that when you are being that person, things will follow. You trust that what's meant for you will find you. You trust that the universe has a better plan than you could ever have forced. Every time you catch yourself chasing, anxious, desperate, pause, breathe. Acknowledge that doubts are creeping in right now, but don't engage with it and don't suppress it either. Simply ignore them and go back to the state. Ask yourself, who am I being right now? Am I being the person who already has this? Or am I being the person who's desperately chasing it? And then shift back into embodiment. Shift back into being. Shift back into trust. Practice it daily. Practice it as much time as you can in any given moment. So I want you to practice it daily, every morning. Ask yourself, who am I being today? Am I operating from abundance or lack? Am I chasing or am I allowing? What would the version of me who already has everything I want do today? And then be that person. Make decisions from that place. Show up from that energy. And lastly, meditation. Meditation has helped me enormously when I started on this detachment journey. Without it, it is very hard to just tell yourself to feel a certain way. Not that it is not possible, but it is very hard in the beginning. Meditation helps you look inward and as little stimulation from the outside world as possible. It helps you to see the version of yourself who are already detached, helps imagine the best version of you, and guide you through what you need to feel step by step without having to see proof in the external world yet. And that's why I have recorded a meditation for you, to walk you through the steps from imagining you feel detached and then actually feel detached. Know what it feels like to feel abundant and successful and loved and whole and embody that identity entirely. You can check out the meditation in the description below or at the end of this video. You see, detachment isn't about not caring, it's about caring deeply while knowing you're already complete. It's about pursuing your dreams from a place of I already am instead of I desperately need. The person who has everything they want isn't the person who chased the hardest, it's the person who became it first. So stop chasing, stop desperately trying to force things to happen, stop operating from lack. Instead, embody it, be it, live as if you already have it. Make decisions from that place. Show up from that energy. Trust that what's meant for you is already on its way. You are whole, you are complete, you're enough right now, exactly as you are. Everything else is just icing on the cake. Now embody that truth and watch your entire life transform. And I'll see you next time.